Here's carrying
Whistling
a
again.
Yes. The Archer's
Hello,
theme,
guys.
really? You think of something to whistle and you come up with the Archer's theme?
Apparently so. It's going to be that a Pokemon. I don't know why, but the one with archers.
Well, Archer's a show about farmers, so
Yeah,
it's closer for in a fantasy world.
Ame, my friend.
Oh no, you're back to your old self. How good to see you like that, honestly. I've got no idea how worried I was about you.
I was worried. But I just wanted to say something, my friend.
Wait, how did you turn back into yourself? This is remarkable.
I went to see an old friend
You
of ours.
didn't go to see Gronus, did you?
I did.
You can't do that. He'll experiment on you. It's horrendous.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Seriously, I showed strength. I showed
No,
and he was fine with it. Really.
Sure.
It's fine. He may need my services at some point in the future, but
God.
for now, it's fine. It is fine.
I can't believe this.
For now, it is okay. Seriously, do not worry, friend.
So sorry to hear about that.
Really, don't worry.
Let me take you for a pint so you can recuperate.
I would love that.
You're going to need your strength when he experiments on you.
If you're buying, I'm happy enough.
Yep, I'll buy. So what were you going to say?
I just want to say thank you.
I'm
For
gonna
the
walk
support you give me, for all the advice you gave me during that time when I wasn't quite myself. I really want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart.
I'm very suspicious.
And to say thank you, I wanted to give you this lovely muffin.
Oh wow! When did you get the time to get that?
On the way back, I popped back to bakery.
Knowledge
Sorry.
local.
Hmm?
I'm going to use knowledge local. Are there any bakeries on the way between here and Heidelgronus's?
Roll it.
Please say yes. Please say yes. Oh, please say he doesn't know.
Our survey says
No.
you don't know. You think that there are.
Oh, good.
Okay. I think there might be. I'm going to do a sense motive. Look him deep in the eyes.
Odo, do you want to roll bluff?
I do. I don't even know that. Oh, I have 0 bluff. Don't forget 20.
Roll your bluff. Hold it.
Please, 10.
Oh,
Come on! Did you roll it?
Do you two have 3D dice on?
Oh, yeah.
Yes!
No?
Okay. Ame, you are fairly certain that Odo is telling the truth.
Oh, well, thank you very much. If you don't mind, I'll just hold on to that. My stomach's been feeling a bit queasy since I ate that fish-type cake thing, but
You still feel freezing cold, by the way.
yeah, that Heidelgronus gave me. Don't really feel in the mood for eating at the moment. Some warmth would be great. You wouldn't happen to have a hot water bottle on you, would you?
I'm sorry, friend. I don't.
Oh, well, thank you. I'll keep hold of that muffin. Thank you very much. How much did it cost you?
Not much. Not much at all, mate.
Are you sure that you can afford it? I know that you live in relative poverty.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Relative.
Relative to
Ame doesn't know true poverty. You can only afford one estate.
How do you live? Is the muffin in any kind of protective wrapping or something?
I don't think plastic exists.
Like, paper cup or something?
I don't know.
Basically,
Is it?
has it had Odo's
Skip
grubs all over it?
No, it has not.
Oh, it was in my satchel, wasn't it? So, yeah.
Yeah.
It was fine.
It was in your satchel?
Fine-ish.
Fine-ish.
Right.
That coming from you
What
is
do you
adorable.
keep in your satchel? You've probably still got some there or something, don't you?
No, I've got that in a separate thing. Food, spare clothes, a bit of a candle, string, lights, the usual stuff. It's fine. Seriously, it's edible, and it is all yours. I got it especially for you, my friend. To say thank you.
Are they still on their way, or are they with us right now?
They're actually like in front of the municipal center with you.
Oh, thank you very much. Yes, I'll eat it when I'm thinking better.
Can I see him holding this muffin?
Yes.
Right. Okay. Well, as I look over, it says, "What? We're going in here on official business. You cannot be holding this. Get rid of it or eat it now."
Oh, I couldn't possibly eat on this stomach.
Ame, you're a nobleman. You cannot be expected to be going there holding something of this, something like this.
If I have a cup of tea, then of course it'll be fine. I'll have just stepped out of my chariot or
For goodness
something
sake,
like.
just eat the muffin. You can get a drink later.
Oh no! My stomach's so quick. Can I just...
Right, the muffin will warm you up. You're complaining of being cold. The muffin will warm you up.
It's got cloves in it, mate. It's got cloves.
The paladin does speak truth. Eating does increase your core body temperature.
Yes.
I'm going to.
That's actually not a
Apparently
lie
we've reached
either.
that degree of medical
It's
knowledge.
true. It's true.
It's actually true. So
Okay. Now, Amit Udro knows exactly how much he has dicked around with Odo today. So he is very worried. So he's going to do a detect magic on the cupcake, on the muffin.
Okay.
And I
Think
come
you still
along
have skills
and
to pay for that.
shove it in his face.
What was that? Sorry?
Can I come along and just shove it in his face? Get it out the way?
Yes, you can. Opposed strength check.
Me?
Mikashi, you also might want to move your microphone down a little bit because you're getting very quiet.
Yeah, you're a little quiet.
Okay.
There you go.
What am I rolling?
1d20 plus your strength.
Oh
Strength.
God. Do I
if it's too much, you might just like.
need to roll an opposing one?
Yes.
We could always knock him out and then, just put it down his
Whoever
throat and
rolls
make-
highest wins.
Strength. Let's see.
Come on, Mikashi.
Top left.
Come on, Mikashi.
I know, I'm looking for it. Okay.
I'll roll strength as well if you fail. Don't worry, this is gonna happen.
Oh, God.
If not, we maybe convince Baldrick just to use strength, he's got higher. I'm a master. We're worried that your master doesn't eat enough. Let's make him eat.
Guys, I just want to say, I know that I might be an evil character, but I'm praying to God right now.
Yes!
Darn it.
Alright, I'll roll what's my strength.
Wait. When Mikachi tries to shove it into my mouth, and obviously I oppose, would it perchance be dropped?
No, 'cause I'm
Make
still
dexterity.
holding it.
Well, it actually depends. Are you intentionally dropping it?
Yeah.
Okay, then it gets dropped.
Can I catch it off its floor?
Dexterity. Roll.
What? Do I have to roll?
Whoever wants to try and catch the muffin, roll dexterity check.
Eve is on tender hooks right now.
Lion.
She's like
it's
that
the
dog who's seeing you
modifier,
eating
isn't
is waiting for you to drop
Yes,
it.
modifier.
So not the 13, the 1.
Number on the far right.
Right, okay.
If you feel I'm currently trying to roll it too.
Please. Oh!
Wait, hold on. Wait,
Come on, Mikashi!
On. Sufficient!
Yes!
The muffin is safe! The muffin is safe!
The paladin has the muffin. The
French,
paladin
you
has
got
the
the
muffin.
I'm extremely suspicious of their actions.
Victus, would you like to try?
No.
Friend, you
Tari,
took the muffin.
Tari.
I bought this for you.
Yes?
Tari, you've just done an excellent job of saving the muffin. I think that if anybody deserves it, it's you. I really couldn't eat at the moment. I don't feel well at all after that. I feel so cold, and I feel like if I ate anything, I might regurgitate it back up, and that'll be an awful offence to my good friend Odo.
Yeah, if the
Harry
thing is,
doesn't know about
I've already eaten today.
So have I. And I
I
feel
think
so
I'm worried for your health because you're
So
currently
am I couldn't eat a single
and you're
thing.
feeling ill. So
Oh, I
technically,
really couldn't eat a bite.
logically, eating would help that. So
Oh no, I think I should. Oh no, this is.
if I have to force feed you this, I will.
I'll fly away. You'll
I'm
never.
a stone now. My planet needs me.
I shan't eat it.
Can I use the strength to force it down his throat like I did with the potions before?
Yes.
Yay, baby!
This is as I'm like yelling.
We may have to roll initiative soon.
Right, so it's D1D plus 1D20 plus strength, which is 1. Wait, did you change all my stuff back when I'm back?
Yes, I did. Now that you're back to a dwarf.
Boom!
Oh, come on!
No.
Mikasa, do you want to try forcing it down his throat?
No, this is too suspicious for me. I'm going
Yeah.
to fly
Aww.
just outside of their reach.
Well, you can try. They can still chase you, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to fly vertically upwards.
Grabbing hold of his leg. No!
Genuinely, you can try. Oh, go ahead. It's up to you three what you want to do with it.
Right, if he's trying to fly off, I grab hold of his leg, pulling him down to earth with a 19 strength.
I
Surely
leave
it'd be
it.
dexterity.
Hmm?
Surely it'll be dexterity.
With
No,
dexterity?
strength to pull you against the force of your flight spell.
Right. Just
Yeah, but
so
surely you'd have to catch me first because I'm not like announcing it, but I'm starting to fly away immediately.
Well,
I
point
think-
of note, the fly spell does have components to it,
Which is?
which are verbal somatic.
So we hear you going to go, I'm flying now, goodbye.
No,
Fly
I'm
spell,
going-
fly
I'm
spell,
going-
fly spell, fly spell, fly spell, fly spell, fly spell, fly spell.
I think
No, I'll yell out indignantly. If you keep this up, I'm going to use my fly spell.
I
gonna
think we should just get on with the task in hand and we'll save the muffin for later. You will be eating this, okay?
Never.
As he sleeps.
Tell you this, but I'm actually chocolate intolerant.
It's a vanilla one.
Lactose intolerant.
It's soy.
There's no such thing as soy. I don't know what we're talking about.
Fine. Dragging him down to the planet Earth after he's trying to fly away. I take the muffin from Tari, put it back in my satchel, and then head off in with Victus,
Yeah.
who is waiting there patiently for us to finish arsing about.
He's gone ahead.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, as you turn around and observe the entire street looking at the group of mad people, you notice that Victus left probably quite a few minutes ago.
I'd suspect as much.
Eve is sat outside of the maintenance building. So, yeah.
I literally GM rolled move silently.
Yep.
Right, well,
Nice.
while they've got their backs turned to me, I'm going to eat some provisions that I've brought along with me.
The
Oh!
provisions are secretly made of muffin.
You guys have turned around. You can't see me. I'm just stuffing this into my face.
Can we leave to his bag so next time he goes to eat something, he grabs the muffin?
You can,
That
but
would surely be a deceit.
you would need quite the epic sleight of hand for
Not
him
to
to not
mention-
notice.
Not to
Yeah,
mention,
and
Harry,
if he does
that would be a
notice, then-
deceitful
Yeah.
act, and I think that would be against your philosophy.
I wasn't saying for myself. I was saying it's out of character and for Odo. I don't have the muffin anymore.
The muffin of power.
Let's just go in. Let's go.
One muffin.
Going in.
One muffin to
Politics.
rule them all, one muffin to bind them.
One muffin to numb them all. Alright.
In the darkness, bind
In
them.
the darkness, bind them.
Right, so are you
We're
free
walking
actually
in with
going
Victus.
inside now?
Yeah, walking in.
I'm going to hang out the back, ready to run away at a moment's notice.
Right. Well, you enter the municipal maintenance headquarters, where you see Victus already stood at the reception, asking for the nearest person of authority with regards to speaking about a certain member of their staff. And the half elf behind the reception, quite cheerfully, steps down off of her post and goes to fetch someone behind the scenes.
May I help you, sir? One moment, detective.
Just got to call him on it. One more thing.
I'm thinking more LA Noir.
Meanwhile,
LA Noir, when you call up the
whilst
detective.
you're waiting, you notice everyone else approaching.
Yeah, I just turn and just turn back, noticing they finally stopped messing around with the muffin.
Now, see here, now. I'll never...
Now, see here. I got a victim, see?
Okay, so after a few moments, the half elf girl returns, and behind her is a rather gruff, kind of weary looking elder dwarf. And I would be tempted to put on the voice changer, but I'll pass for this time. But let it be known that this guy speaks like he's been smoking 12 packs of cigarettes a day for about 100 years.
Hi, how are you doing?
But if I actually do that voice, I will murder my throat. So,
I actually do smoke, so I can do this quite well.
no, much worse than that. If you ever watched like the Yogscast Shadow of Israfel, think Madame Nubescu.
Oh, Madame Nubescu. Madame Nubescu.
No, that's going back a while.
Hello.
Yeah. The voice that was so bad that Lewis couldn't do it for very long.
It wasn't Lewis, it was Simon.
No, that was Lewis.
Oh, was it Lewis?
That was like one of the few voices Lewis did.
Oh, yeah!
Which is why it doesn't sound like Professor Griswold. But anyways, what can I help you with? Make it quick, busy day.
I'm sure it is, and I don't want to take up too much of your time, but I'm here on behalf of the Lord of the City and a Sergeant Colblane. I need to discuss with you about a certain member of your employment, a Mercule Fleet Step.
Oh, yeah. Died like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, okay, so you already know then. This should make things a lot easier. Well, we're here to investigate what caused his unfortunate demise. We need any information that are possible work records of where he was meant to be on that date, places where he should have been working at.
Well, he should have been working along the riverbed, but heck knows where he wandered to.
Is this something he does often?
Yeah, damn unreliable fool, Mercule.
Okay. Is there anyone here who would possibly know, or is there anybody he works with at all, who he's meant to work with, a partner possibly?
Nah, I can never keep anyone with him for too long. I always get sick of him.
Oh, really? Okay.
Always too curious, keeps looking at every single nook and cranny he can find instead of focusing on the job at hand. Damn annoying.
Okay, so he obviously wasn't popular here. Is there any information any possible records you have on him at all of anything we could see?
Could show you the last logs in his book. Beyond that, not much I can help you with.
Is there possibly a storage unit he has here of some kind?
Nah, just an old locker. It's been long emptied.
Would you mind if I had a look at the locker anyway, and the logs?
Alright, make it quick. Felicity will show you the way.
Thank you. So
He gestures to the elf.
so I go along.
Yeah. Okay, so you are led to sort of a locker room with a variety of folks on display at this point in time. And you are shown this sort of like taped off, like lashed together locker that would have previously been Mercule's. And the contents of it are fairly sparse. There's like some hangings, there's like some ropes, that's about it. There isn't really much like left, and there isn't anything of particular note. A few scratchings, a few papers, the odd doodle.
Right, this was in the logs. Okay.
This is the locker, yeah.
Oh, the locker.
Yes.
Can I take a second and go out and bring Even?
Eve isn't allowed inside the building.
I'll hold her in. I'll just bring her in anyway. If someone tries to stop me, I'll just say, look, she'll be only here for a second. I need this for she's here for official reasons. She won't harm anyone.
Regardless, she's not allowed in the building.
So did someone try to stop me then?
Yes. A large half-orc guy.
Useless. Okay, fine. I'll go in. Actually, out of interest, if Odo turns into something, can he use scent? Can he get a scent of something?
Yeah, if he turns into an animal with scent.
Fantastic. Okay, well, realizing that I'm not allowed to bring her in, I'll go back in and, this is, Odo, is there anything you can turn, is there anything you druids can turn into, which can, resemble a wolf of some kind, or something that can, harness scent?
I believe I can turn myself into a wolf exactly. I think. Fine. What's my things I can turn into again?
You can turn into small or medium animals.
Right. Wasn't one of them a wolf before? I can turn a wolf.
Dire badger.
I can turn into a dire badger.
It doesn't specifically need to be a larger creature. Something smaller might be more useful for him. Just anything with it that can harness the power of scent.
Okay. One sec. Start character. I'm trying to find a list of ones I can turn into.
You can go through the monster filter. That's about the best way.
Monster filter. Where are you?
It was a monster. A monster.
More or less, wolf. I think is like your best. Is like your only option.
Monster. Okay, I'm just gonna go with that. I don't know for sure which ones I've got. All right. So I turn myself into a wolf, as requested by Victor's.
Okay. Well, this understandably makes a few people nearby nervous, but you gonna roll survival then for it?
Well, I wanted to see if we could get the scent of Mercule, or at least a scent of some kind from it, if possible. Would he have to stay in wolf to track it?
Yes.
Okay, that's fine, understandable. If he went out and then went back in, could he still use it?
Out of
wolf and back in wolf.
No, his entire nose structure will change. Can't maintain sense like that.
That's fine. I just wanted to see if it was a thing or not. Fuck it.
He can't speak common right now, but he can still understand you, so feel free.
Alright, fuck it. Okay, get the scent of it. I'm gonna, while he does that, I'm gonna take the logbook, and we're gonna head on out.
Okay. Well, the logbook describes about a month or two back the various places that Mercule was assigned to. Whether or not, if it was intended, whether or not he was actually at these places specifically as described is a bit of a mystery. But basically, he was tending to the deeper sections of the sewers for the most part, leading up to the riverbed. Roughly, in essence, the areas most likely to have been affected by the purple worms rampaging.
Okay.
And it specifically describes an area fairly deep underground that seems to have sustained a lot of damage.
I think I got that from his book, to be honest, from his readings in the his scribblings from in his house, to be honest.
Yeah, there's a few different scribblings and one or two diagrams, as well as a couple interesting sketches.
Okay, well, I'm not paying too much attention to it at the moment. I'm just taking it with me. So, but essentially, what I'm doing at the moment is just trying to ignore whatever that's happening and just going out the door. So, essentially, I've got Odo by the scruff.
You're cheesing it, basically.
Yeah, well, not really. I've got Odo by the scruff, and I'm just sort of walking out. So, I'm at a reasonable speed.
Okay. Just me
So,
sniffing around them.
literally just heading to the door. Oh, did he get the scent, actually? Sorry, did he get the scent first? Did you roll for it in the end?
Nope.
Okay, well, I do that after he's got the scent.
What do you have to roll for scent?
Survival. You get a +4, so you get a +4 bonus whilst in dog form for it.
What's my survival? Find...
Your survival is +10 overall.
So 1d20 plus 10.
Please, God, be a good roll.
10. Was it plus something else for the dog? Or was that you added on?
That in the total. It's
Okay.
10
What's that for again? That's
Survival.
Survival.
to catch the scent.
Yeah. 28.
Okay, you managed to successfully get the scent of Mercurial Fleetstep.
Fantastic. Okay, so after that, I grab him by the scruff and head on out as fast as possible. I'm not sprinting, but I'm doing that sort of, oh, I don't want to be noticed. Don't want to be noticed by that person. Just sort of a good speed, and just trying to head out the door.
Okay, Odo can maintain his dog form for 6 hours total.
Okay.
Oh, plenty of time.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah. I can always redo it. Oh, then again, I lose my scent, don't I? Oh, well. We can always try our best to get it in time.
Yeah. Okay, so you managed to successfully exit the building with the logbook and Doggy Saru.
Doggy Senpai.
Yeah, Odo Inu.
Dog Saru.
Odo-kun. Okay. Okay, so heading out there. Right, okay, so I think we should probably call it here.
Yes.
But
Makes sense.
essentially what I'm going to do is I'm just going to tell Odo, right, okay, now that you have the scent of him, we need to find where he's been. So...
What on earth are you wearing, Elliot?
A hat of some sort. I say hat word loosely.
Is that
It's-
Ice King?
Yeah, it's adventure time.
Who made that for you?
I took part in a Reddit gifts exchange, and they made this.
Oh, I was going to do that, but
Although
it's
I
money.
think they might have accidentally made it upside down because it fits on my head a lot easier, like this.
Maybe he's got a weird head.
Of course.
Maybe the land of Ooh has reverted gravity.
Maybe the gift was from Australia.
There's this like thing inside of it which goes out this way quite easily, but this way it kind of like.
Okay, Yamifira in the chat makes a very good point. Ame must be an experienced TF2 player.
I actually suck at TF2 and do not play it.
He's one of those guys that only goes on trade servers.
As you know, I did used to play TF2, and I think I might have played it with you, Andy. But if you remember, I used to get horrendous lag.
Yes.
Yeah.
Your connection
But
was
that's it.
less than desirable.
Yeah, I had like pre-dial-up speeds.
Wow. Wait,
Yours
hang on.
was sent by
Dial-up was
carrier
also
pigeons.
non-existent.
Yeah, no, like at times I'd gone to like speedtest.net and they would establish my connection, my download speed as being 6 kilobits.
It would just come up and say, don't bother.
Yeah.
Yes. So Morse code speed, basically.
No,
Carrier pigeon. Out of interest line, if Odo was, say, was finding the scent, if he found a place, obviously, was following the scent, if he found would he be able to get it from the same place?
Theoretically, yes.
Okay, cool.
If they can find a reservoir of the scent, then they can both track it.
That's cool. That's fine. Fantastic. Cool. Okay, so that's some next session's sorted then.
Yep.
Awesome. Do we still want to do that shopping?
Sure.
No, shopping!
Sure.
So,
Right, what are we in the markets for then?
right. Well, I'll use the 20 that. Actually, no, I'm not. Whatever. I could just search around. Is there any? So what is the? What was the? There was quite a few blacksmiths around, wasn't there?
Yes,
fact-
there's a fair few in the industrial sector.
I seem to remember. What was his name? I did write it down. Where is his name? Oh, come on, where is he? Benjamin Cruikshank, 8th in line. I remember him.
Yes, Crookshank Steelworks.
Yeah, Cruikshank still works.
They can make anything masterwork, even if it normally shouldn't be.
You want a spoon? You want it masterwork?
Looking at his blacksmith, would I say that his is probably the most trying to think of the word, well, for loss of another word, best. So
you'd need to do quite a bit of window shopping elsewhere, but they are pretty good quality, you can say that much.
Okay, well, are we going to roleplay this, or do you want us to roleplay this, or not?
I'd just like to say, I don't know about you guys, but crop tops are so in this season.
It's
I know what I'm looking for.
Inside of Edgekirk, it's always the same season.
Of
It's
course.
summer. It is perpetual summer.
But yeah, okay, basically, I want to find if there's a place where I can get that goddamn plus wisdom, okay? That's all I give a shit about. Okay? That's all I care. So
you're looking for probably something like an item that gives you a wisdom bonus.
yes, exactly.
In which case, can I find an item which gives me a charisma bonus?
Theoretically?
But yeah, for all intents and purposes, the stream's over. We're just shopping now.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching.
If you want to see us shop for items and see how it progresses, because we never know.
I feel the need to tell you this, Lying. If I were you, I would not give me a charisma bonus item.
Why?
It would increase my bluff even more.
No, don't give him anything.
Who cares? At this point, it's OP anyway. What's the point?
Yeah, plus it makes for a more interesting...
Plus, if we ever get in trouble, you're going to be great as a lawyer.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
It's like, he didn't do it, I believe you.
It seems like
Right,
all
Victus,
characters
could you
have
roll me
food.
a search check, please?
Will do.
Is that
Please
like
roll
combo?
high. Please roll high. Where's my search things? It's not impressive. Please. She's 13.
Okay, well, you are not obviously particularly fantastically good at telling what is and is not a magic item.
No.
But the guy at the store says that this one totally is, and he describes it as a periapt of wisdom, +2.
What is a periapt? I'm not actually not sure.
It's like a pearl on like a little light chain that goes around your neck.
Okay. With Arme
It's
with
sort
me.
of pseudo like holy item kind of thing.
With Arme with me, can I ask him to detect magic on it?
Of course,
I
I
don't know.
do that
Will
while
he?
I'm a dog.
Arme.
Or wolf even.
Arme.
Oh, sorry, Arme, sorry.
Of course I can, friend.
Yeah, I know you are one of magical knowledge as well as the finer tastes. So before I purchase this, I would like a second opinion.
Well, I think that it would look awfully gaudy on you, for one.
Looks are not something I've bothered about, and don't you dare, don't you dare.
Looks aren't something I'm really bothered about, and bitch, please, I look fabulous. Yeah,
What I mean is, I don't have to try.
I'll do a detect magic on it.
Okay.
And
The periapt gives...
I'll back up as well and line myself up some shelves just in case I catch anything else in the periphery.
That seems like a very bad idea.
Is this a magic shop?
Yes.
I'll probably go
Just-
find
Exactly.
Yeah, okay, I'll just do the detect magic on it.
Okay. The periapt gives off a sense of moderate transmutation of approximately caster level 8.
Yeah, that's going to be wisdom. Yeah,
So it is the shit then.
it is the shit. Primo, top quality. You buy this stuff, you ain't turning back.
It is Saint Albert the Great. It is Saint Albert the Great's premium feces.
Once you get hooked on this stuff, you can't go back to the regular stuff anymore.
So okay, well, if we're going to continue roleplay, so I'll look over to the shop owner and this is okay, how much?
4,000 gold, mate.
Well,
Wasn't that going to be cheap, was it?
No, I wasn't expecting it to be.
I'm going to try and bluff. Right.
Diplomacy is what you need for actual haggling.
Surely I could say that I saw something similar of greater magic power at the second-hand store that I was at before for cheaper.
Do you seriously think comparing the market is going to work?
Comparethemarket.com.
Okay, fine, then I'll use diplomacy.
Can I use diplomacy to help him?
Yes, you may.
Yeah.
If you get more than a 10, then he gets a +2 on his.
Oh,
I got 20.
oh, Jesus.
Then yes, you will.
Oh, come on, sir. I mean, surely. Oh, yes. Surely you could reduce the price quite low. I mean, look at my friend. Does he really look like the kind of person who walks around with 4,000 gold pieces on him? No, certainly not. I mean, Victor,
So at this point, I pick a flea from Eve.
you probably
just
walk
eat
around
it.
you walk around 1,000 at most. 1,000. Surely you could reduce it to say 2,000. I could loan him 1,000 out of my personal funds. He could pay me back some other time, but 4,000 gold is something that neither of us carry on our persons. I mean, it's a dangerous time. With all the, crazy worms and everything like that. People are going to start looting and robbing and stuff, and we can't walk around with that kind of money. Come now. 2,000 gold pieces.
3,000.
No, that's daylight robbery. Daylight robbery. I couldn't go for that.
Telling me. I promise you, sir, that power reactor is worth 4,000.
I don't know.
Wait a second.
Tell you what. I've got in my possession 3 tokens of a magical sort, conjuration magic as well. I was told by I bought them from a shopkeep for 500 gold pieces each. Now, I'll trade these with you. Okay, I'm sure that you'll find much greater use for these than I. Okay, for these 3 tokens, there's a tree, an anchor, and a bird. These 3 tokens, they said the shopkeeper told me that they're 500 gold pieces each. That's what I paid. 1,000 gold pieces for them, and 1,500 gold pieces in total. So we pay you 1,500, and we give you these 3 tokens. That's 2,500 gold pieces worth there. Surely that's a fair deal.
4,000. 3,500 minimum.
No.
Nah! It just walks out.
Well, I never. Okay, the tokens are off the table. 3,000 gold pieces.
3,000 it is then.
There we go.
Alright, sold. To the man with 3,000 and really bad, choice in toys.
It's yours.
Thank you. Thank you very much, friend.
I'm not paying the 3,000 for you.
If you can manage to pay 1,000, I can put the 2 towards it.
Do you not have that much?
I have 2,850.
I'll do that. I'll put 1,000 towards it.
Okay, so I don't know. I could do you a favor or something.
You owe me.
Actually, no. I know there is something to do, and I will talk to you actually after the session about it. Okay, so
okay.
I've lost that.
This is going to be Elliot. Seriously, tone down.
No, it's not what you think. No, it's not what you think. Lying knows what I'm on about, but
Yep.
But anyway, okay.
Secrets.
Secrets. Okay, so awesome. So that means if I wear this, then I've got +2 to my wisdom, which I think should be enough to get me to.
That will get you up at least one more point.
Yeah, so I'm actually at 0 now, which is good. So I can actually freaking do it now.
You can cast 0 level spells.
Yes, which is better, which is actually okay. So that's fine.
Yes and no.
It's better than what I had before. So it's
Yes, this is true.
it's fine. So that's me done. I don't want anything else. Not that I could afford much else. Actually, no, sorry. Everyone else do this. So fine. If anyone else wants to do shopping.
You need at least 2 more points before you can cast any raging spells.
Yeah.
I think I'm okay for now, really. There's nothing that I particularly
Okay.
want or
First-
need.
So this is a magic kind of objet d'art shop, is it?
Essentially.
Okay.
Sorry, quickly. What spells can I do?
There are no range of 0 level spells.
Oh, Oh well.
Also, your wisdom is now at 9, so
It was closer. It's closer. It's fine. Whatever.
yeah, your modifier is at 0.
Yeah, that's fine.
Right.
That's something, at least. It improves your will saves.
Yeah.
I would like to look around for something that could possibly boost my charisma. Also, I'd like to look to see if he's got any potions.
Okay, well, make your search check for me. We'll see what we can find.
Search check. Search. That's one. Oh, yes.
Right. Ooh, well, that's nice. Okay, well, the first thing that you find is a small pink and green kind of sphere of like rock. Just sort of lying, in a small like little like marble pool, essentially. And it is marketed at 8,000 gold.
I'm going to ask him what this is.
It's an Eon stone, sir.
And that is?
Roll your knowledge arcana.
Knowledge arcana.
The thing you're good at.
My will save is 0, not -2 now. Thank God for that.
Well, your total is +2 because your base save is 0.
Would you say that's good enough?
I would say that's good enough. Okay, an Eon stone is a small crystalline stone that floats around your head, and must be within about 3 feet of its owner to be of any use. Within that range, it conveys a effect depending upon the colour and shape of the stone.
Okay, and would I know what this colour relates to?
This colour relates to charisma.
Ooh! 8,000 gold pieces, he said.
Yep. They have an AC of 24, 10 hit points and hardness 5, which means they can potentially be sundered.
Right. I wouldn't possibly be able to find out how much of a bonus it would give me, would I? Or is that asking too much?
It's a static +2 for pretty much all of the abilities.
+2. Jeez. That would make my bluff 19. On a 1, I'd get a 20.
Well, at a 1, you'd still fail, but
Okay, yeah. But you know what I mean.
Just so we're clear, everyone is okay with Elliot having a better bluff, right?
At this point, I can't beat it no matter what I do. So, just, whatever.
I know it would also
Yeah.
get diplomacy. Better intimidate.
Outside of the game, yes. Because it's more funnier situations.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
half
it
the session.
usually to.
And also, if used correctly, responsibly, it can actually be of great value.
Yeah, Muffin's not so much for the responsible side of things.
Okay, I would have to try and haggle this cheaper. Because,
Right?
How much money do you actually have as
on me at the moment,
a noble? No, like overall as your noble self.
I've just been bluffing this entire time.
Re-
Let's see, at the start of the session I had like 7,500 gold pieces.
Oh, is that it? I thought you were like.
I mean,
I thought you were rolling in it. Because like you were getting money from your business. I thought he was actually bullshitting. Oh my god.
yeah, what you don't realise, he's actually a peasant, and we're just saying he's normal. He's got these
Well, if
peasant
he's a
clothes on, but he's
peasant,
bluffed us so
if he's a
much.
peasant, he just dropped 1k for me, so I'm fine with that.
I'm like a trust fund kid, right? I've got a really nice house, but I've got like no fucking
Yeah. What you also managed to find, by the way, is a small silver headband and a lightweight and fashionable cloak with a highly decorative silver trim.
Okay, if I could ask what those are?
Make your rolls, 2 of them for me.
Make my
Knowledge
rolls.
Arcana.
Knowledge Arcana. Headband, cloak.
Okay. You're not entirely certain what these are, but they all seem to give off some degree of transmutation, and you're pretty sure that they are somehow related to looking stylish and fashionable.
Okay, and
Ergo, they might affect your charisma.
what prices are they?
The circlet is rated at 4,500 gold. The cloak is rated at 4,000.
Okay, so obviously this guy's seen me in here already. He's seen me looking at this stuff.
Yep.
Out of character, I'm assuming that the cloak and the circlet together will probably give me the same bonus as the orb.
Out of game? No.
Yeah.
The circlets and any of the other two will stack, but the other two give out the same bonus, which does not stack together.
Wait, the circlet and any of the other two. So if I got the cloak and
the circlet gives a different kind of bonus than the other two.
Oh. Well, then the cloak and the circlet is the best option. I mean, it's also the best idea money-wise because I could get a higher discount off of it with diplomacy if I could. Okay. I'm going to try and use my diplomacy here. Now, I see the listing prices on these, and I must say that again, I'm thinking that it's a bit steep. Now, obviously, as you've seen, myself and my friend just spent 3,000 gold pieces in here. And if you could drop these down to, say, a third of their price, I'd be willing to pay it all in cash.
No chance, sunshine.
Oh, come on! Diplomacy.
Oh, sunshine.
Which one is it? Diplomacy is +6, isn't it? Yeah, I'm going to say, oh come on! If you can't do a third, my house about half price. Half price? I mean, I'm paying it to you all in cash, and you've already gotten 3,000 gold from us. In total, that'll be what? 7,250 in one day. That's a very good taking.
Nope, not getting past me.
No way. Ugh. Okay. 2,750 for the circlet, and 2,250 for the cloak. It's 5,000 gold there. 8,000 gold in total.
Nope. I ain't budging.
What would you have for it, Ben?
Well, for the circlet, it'll be 4,500. For the stone, it'd be 8,000.
No, I don't want the stone. The stone is out of the picture. It's
Right.
awfully tacky and gaudy. As it is, you might want to, I don't know, give it a little bit of sheen to it. That might make it more impressive. Look, see, I just gave you some advice. Friendly advice. Come on, one friend to another.
Friendly advice worth 8,000.
5,000 altogether. What do you say?
I think you're trying to con me.
If I was trying to con you, why would I be so upfront about it?
If I'm trying to con you, why would I tell you about it?
Exactly. That's no.
I was going to commit a murder. Why would I tell you how I did it?
The O.J. Simpson defense.
If I was going to commit a murder, I mean, of course, the only way that I would do it would be to kill you in a non-secluded area, and then feed you to pigs. But of course, that's not what I'm going to do. By the way, did you know that I own a pig farm? Would you like to come and see it sometime?
Are you making a Silence of the Lambs reference?
If anything, I was actually making a Snatch reference. Anyways, come on now. I mean, look, we've already dropped down 3,000 gold pieces in your store. I mean, that's a very hefty amount. And now I'm offering to give you another 4,000. That'll make 7,000 gold pieces. That's a hell of a lot of money. I mean, how much trade do you get on an average day? You probably sell a few items a day. What I'm guaranteeing you here is free sales from one customer, plus other sales from other customers throughout the day. Plus, I'll be giving you good reviews. I mean, I don't like to ban this about much. I mean, I try and be humble. This is a bluff, by the way.
I can tell.
Bluff. I mean, I try and be humble, but my word does hold a fair amount of sway in the aristocratic sections. Now, those kinds of people, they love to get their hands on magic items. You know, they love to see, because they carry with them a certain amount of, you know, dignity, respect, and of course, stuff like this that you've got here. They look fantastic. If I was to wear one of these to one of the balls, it would be the talk of the party. Surely, if I was to give you some good recommendations to some friends, you know, maybe I could even, you know, trade off some of your wares. You know? You could, I could get you a guaranteed spot in a marketplace. Right down in the aristocratic section of a trader's district. Well, you never know. I could just give you a good word around town and really get the word flowing, you know? You never know. There might be people coming from all over to come visit Edgekirk and to visit your shop. So how's about it? 4,000 gold pieces.
4,500 for the circlet. And just the circlet.
Cretin! Walk out. Let's burn this motherfucker down. I hope a purple worm devours you. Right. One sec. Just to say, Udro is not a petty man.
Oh.
I was going to get his comeuppance.
Oh dear.
Lion, I rolled a 10.
Yeah. You are able to find 2 items, one of which appears to be an enchanted javelin, and the other appears to be a pair of gauntlets.
Is there anything special about the gauntlets?
They appear to be inscribed with sort of vaguely tribal kind of ritualistic kind of runes. They seem to bear various like stylized ogre faces on them. The javelin is valued at let me see, 1,500. The gauntlets at gauntlets are valued at 4,000.
I'll just leave it then.
There are 2 javelins, but yeah.
No, I'll just leave it. It's fine. What's the enchant on the javelins?
They are called Zeus's javelin.
Jeez.
Or specifically javelin of the Great One Zeus, but yeah.
I imagine lightning.
Yeah.
Lots of it.
I'm just thinking about being able to carry that around. It's gonna be.
You could buy me a wisdom item that gives me +3 more. I'm joking, by the way.
No, I'll leave it. It's gonna be too much to carry around. Plus, people are gonna stare if I'm carrying, a javelin around with me.
You're already walking around in full plate armor.
Yeah, but I'm guessing that's kind of normal, seeing as all the guards are in armor and stuff.
Yeah.
Walking around with a javelin that's all enchanted and stuff, people are going to notice that.
Yeah.
I'm not one for being all, showy about what I've got.
I am. I was about to say, I'll take it off your hands for free and I'll show it off a lot.
Yeah, no.
Andy, did Sappy send you a fan art earlier, by the way?
I have no thing on Twitter. So if you did, sent to the wrong one. If you did.
Muffin, did you see my art? That was ages ago. I said, did you Did you send it
If you
to?
want it seen, then you'll have to send it to my Twitter.
Yeah. Oh, you might have sent it to the Dragon Hat's hat.
No, nobody knows. Nobody knows my Twitter, so that's good because I don't have one.
I'm sure I could find one.
Many
years ago, you made one. You just don't remember.
It's true. Many years ago, I did make one. And
Apparently it was the last one. If it was on the last one, then more than likely, yes, we did see it.
Oh, what was it on the last one? Right. Yeah. Then I would have seen it.
Yeah, we definitely would have seen it.
Yeah. 2 weeks ago. It was me with like the flippy hair or something, wasn't it? Flippy hair. I think I've actually got it.
So, yeah, what was it you were looking through there? You were trying to work something out.
Me?
No, muffins.
Oh.
Hey.
I was gonna say.
What do you mean? Huh?
Well, were you trying to like work out how to pay for any of these items, or?
Oh no, I know, but I can't.
He stormed out.
I was
Right, because I was expecting like a fireball to force its way through the door. So.
About flying up into the sky and then summoning a monstrous scorpion on top of that would be petty.
You'll give me these items for what I asked.
Ooh, actually, I'm gonna try this.
Oh god.
I'm gonna partially hide myself. Right, I'm gonna look through the window. Right, I'm gonna like try and hide myself. Maybe use my disguise. Right.
Right.
Use my message spell.
Okay.
Point at the shopkeeper and message to him.
Uh-huh.
You're going to die.
What is the message? 25 words or less.
Sleep with one eye open tonight, good sir.
Right. Let me think of a message and then I'll tell you to it. Because I need to think this over carefully.
Yeah, or your alignment might need to be rolled again. Or your alignment might be in danger again.
Yeah. It's definitely not going to be the lyrics to a certain song that goes die, motherfucker, die, motherfucker. Alright, let's think over.
Alright, Odo?
I'm good. Don't need anything, don't want anything. Just want to keep all of my money for booze. I know what's important in life. Booze.
And cupcakes.
And cupcakes, which we will be making meat eventually. Eventually.
Okay, so it's literally just your message left, and then we can call it good.
Can I couple my message with bluff?
I know you'd want to. I can think of very good reasons for you to think you could do that.
I am a voice of God.
It is given in your voice, and it is given at a whisper tone.
Get out.
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
This is a really tough decision. Because for once, I don't want to dick about with this.
Really?
Is this what happens when you don't dick
much.
about? You take ages on it.
Fun?
Is this what happens when you don't dick about on something? You take ages on it.
Yeah. Which do you want, lying? The dick about me or the serious me?
I want whichever one you think is best. Because that's going to be the most entertaining.
See, this is basically, do I want the items, well, do I want the semblance of a chance of getting the items at a price that I can afford? Or do I want to get a cheap laugh?
Only you can answer that question.
Oh god, this is difficult. This is...
It's you.
Ah.
Remember that old lottery advert with
Yeah, it
Yeah.
It's you.
Right, okay. Figured out how to decide it with my big die.
So glad you finished that sentence.
Right.
Odds. I do a dick about funny thing, which is probably going to make me go chaotic evil. Evens, I do something serious.
Please lie and say it's odd.
Odds.
Yay!
Oh, this will be fun.
Wait, what's
Okay.
this one? Is this going to be the
This is-
serious one?
This is
No,
the
No,
think
this
about.
is- okay, hold on. Okay, you're gonna need to tell me. Does this require badass music?
No, probably not. I don't think it would be badass. If anything, it's just going to be pathetic, feeble.
Okay, can I find pathetic music then? Give me a second. Give me a second.
Oh,
I'm gonna find pathetic music. Hold on. I'll find like the really, you know, whenever they find like a really fat character just sort of like dawdling around. Oh, I know what it could be. Hold on a second.
Who?
Where is it? Come on, where are you? Yeah, I think it's that one. Yes, it is. Okay, go ahead.
Right.
Stupid music's on. Continue.
Right. So what are you doing then, Almay?
Just need to count this out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10,
This is
11,
the most annoying part of the message spell.
16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Damn it! 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35.
Right, just for purposes of tonight, just forget that and let live it.
Use
Okay.
2.
Because we're already a little over time.
Dear Mr. Shopkeeper, fuck you! You embarrassed me in front of my friends! I really wanted that thing, but you just had to be a dick! I'm gonna eat your babies. Lots of love.
Wow, that escalated.
Funnily enough, one of the sentences that has just been put into the chat is Almay is probs a cannibal, to be honest.
I didn't even see that.
It only just happened, and remember there's the delay.
yeah. So they won't hear that until just now.
Yeah.
The music is really pathetic, by the way. It's called Running Amok.
Dear Mr. Shopkeeper, fuck you!
Now do alignment.
Yeah.
Does that really call for alignment? It's just being a little bit meany.
That's just being mean. That's not sufficient.
Yeah, if you, I was
Like,
expecting
lying,
you to
lying to your friend after he got like changed into a completely different species. That requires a roll.
It also
Being
requires
angry at a
muffin.
shopkeeper because you couldn't afford to buy something, not so much.
To eat his babies, though.
If you actually eat his babies, then I don't need you to roll.
Yeah, I was expecting you to, like, shoot a fireball or something.
Yeah, I was expecting violence.
Burn the shop down.
Actually, I'm gonna wait for him to leave, and then I might try and steal some stuff, maybe.
Oh my god, you attempting to steal something.
I'll just bluff my way out of it.
I think Andy can probably direct you to someone who might be able to help with that by his contacts.
Maybe.
Oh,
I think I might actually try and steal that stuff.
I'll talk to you after stream.
Sweet.
Oh god.
Actually, yes, I think that's everyone.
I've got a -1 to climb, so I've got that sorted.
You literally would be the nerd. It's like, I'm gonna steal. You'd have the invisibility.
I'm totally gonna break into Forbidden Planet and steal that first edition Superman.
You basically would be, yeah. And group call went, whatever. That's exactly what it'd be. And you'd use the invisibility spell, but you'd be wearing all your clothes. Oh man. Anyway, as the derpy music continues, thank you everyone for coming to watch the stream. I know it went a little bit longer than usual. Thank you everyone for turning up, and of course, Lying. Thank you for creating this beautiful world that we live in.
Thank you, Eli.
Thank you, beautiful.
You've managed to live in anyways.
I'm gonna eat lots and lots of babies. The doctor says, eat a baby a day, you go into the psychiatric hospital.
Oh my god. Okay.
Bye!
Bye.
Bye.